Next wave in 10, 4, slaughter. Next wave in 10.
Alright, let's try this again. Welcome back, everyone. It's your Frostsword Icy, your friendly neighborhood frost mage, coming to you live in Azshara. As I said, I got a little bit of technical difficulties going in here for some reason, but I'm working now. So, hopefully we can get everything going. So we are on our way to save one of these people. I'm not sure who first, because yeah, I lost track of which person's which. But we are here. And so just gotta work out, try to get things fixed up too. To help some people get themselves working out here. And yeah. So lately though, I have been working on a couple of my other classes, hoping to get them high enough to where I could actually start working on some other projects I have ideas for. Namely kinda like small little guides for a couple things. Much like other channels do, true, but I am going to be copying them, yes. Not copying their format for sure, but either way, seeing if I can help, especially with mages, as that is what I normally play as.
Yes.
Ragran's Rage. The Quillboar are staying on the land, and not even the river can wash away. They told me to evacuate, but I told them that my job was not yet done. Arrgh! I hate Quillboar so much. Will you help me kill them? Why, yes. Yes, I will help you kill them. They are much as staying on this world as, well, anything, actually. They will feed my god. Below of death. That was not a little lag state there. But yeah, so as I say, I'm probably going to be working on making couple of videos to help with a couple things, and do hope to do actual beta hate forgetting words. Beta coverage when I actually have a chance to, which I have seen a little bit of, actually. Thanks to a couple other YouTubers I watch. Got to see a little bit of the new stuff, and it looks gorgeous. And talk about a couple things that it's going to bring. It is going to bring another stat squish. Yes, numbers are going down again. Though, it all is subject to change. And so, hopefully, we won't get to see so much of what I got to experience watching those videos. Because, in my opinion, it might have got a little bit hard on the squish, especially with item levels. Like, apparently went down to like item level 200 at level 110, which I think is just a major squish. A little too much, I think. Though, and the smaller numbers, of course, could be both the loss in stat amounts. You know, when you have like hundreds and like half a grand of stats, and you go down to, you know, like 100 at most, it's gonna show, and of course you have the lesson in percentages, which is great, mind you, but it still feels like the combination of Joe going as far down as it did, just it's a little bit much. And in my opinion, I think the biggest thing about reason why we need the squish is how they've handled the item levels to begin with, which I think they just went a little overboard with the amount of different difficulties, and going from the last tier of the content to the beginning tier of the next content, the jump. Oh shit, oops. Good. One step closer to eliminating those beady-eyed, basket-wearing, hog-nosed, two-toed. His anger is clearly rising again. Ooh, he's getting mad. Hunchback, squealing, prickly, no good, gnome-loving, Quillbore! I will not rest until they're defeated. Slay them all! Catches his breath. Their stinking lairs are to the north, or to the southwest. Alright, fine. I'll kill some more then. I guess the mass genocide we just did wasn't enough. But yeah, back to point. We do have the thing about going... the amount of jump that they put into items as you level is pretty... getting out of control. Was out of control. Even during the leveling between Burning Crusade to Wrath of the Lich King, and from there on forth, is you'd end up getting at least, as far as quest gear goes, to each other. It's like it was an easy 20 plus difference between those zones, and then you got to the end of which expansion? I think it was Cataclysm or something. Well, either one of those is you'd easily get yourself a much greater I don't know. Yeah, from Watlick to Cataclysm, you had yourself quite the jump in gear levels. Legion, I'd say, is one of the bigger issues with it, for the fact that from the top previous tier, which ended up about, I think it was heroic, or I don't remember exactly what it was. It was like 9 something. Bear with me as I can't use that yet. Damn it. It was like 725 by the end of Legion. Probably like topping out at 745. And then you go into the first tier of the Emerald Nightmare, which is, oh, stupid game. And you top out at the Emerald Nightmare raid, starting out at 9, starting out like 860 something. So you have like 100 item level increase from there, from going from the last tier, and that's the highest difficulty of the last tier, by the way, which was a bit much of a jump, I think. And then, of course, you have the ever-present between the two of ending at about 960 we'd end out as with that. Going into dungeons you need like 825, and they gave you like 830. Yeah, you'd be about 840 to 860, and you'd end it at about 8 this is just Emerald Nightmare, by the way, in the 3 different things. You ended up about 870 something by the time you were done, if I'm not mistaken. But that goes back to this point, is now that we are now into the final tier of the expansion, and towards the Burning Throne, and you're getting gear that's 945. So through an entire expansion of raid tier, you've gone up about 100 item levels, which is a little bit much, in my opinion. Should probably at most go up about 50, I want to say. Like 50 leveling, 50 through the rest of the raid tier. Or hell, you know, set it out to 100 max throughout the expansion, so that gear doesn't just get out of hand as far as items go. Because there's a 15 item level difference between LFR and normal, and it keeps going up from there. So between LFR and Mythic, there's a 45 item level difference. Now, that's not to say that they didn't do decently well with how the gear would otherwise work, which is they had Heroic being about equal level of the previous Mythic. But that still leaves the thing of 30 item level difference between the 2 difficulties. Something like that. I don't know, somewhere on the lines they had the thing, but either way, back on my track. I'm just digressing so hard. Oh, I already turned it in. So, but yeah, they just had a little bit of a huge jump there in item level, which caused the stat thing and that whole problem. So search. So yeah, it's a little bit of a much giant leap. So I think at the end of this expansion, we had at least an almost 250 item level difference as far as it went. Because I think we were at like 795, and that was the legendary alone that got us to that point. And that was the max level you can get in the legendary. And the max you can get other stuff is like 745. But again, we went up about 200 item levels in this expansion. That's a major, major upgrade that you don't need. Now, as far as the proper way to do it, in my opinion, we don't need so many difficulties of raiding content. No. We need, like, LFR. Like, Miss Pandaria, I think, had the best in, at least at the end, in the terms of content. You've done well, stranger. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Thank you for killing me, Quillbore, but maybe you should leave before I fly into another one of my rages. Okay. Ooh! Level 10. Excuse me. You can now pick a spec. And of course, we are going to be going with Shadow, because we are void bound. So it activates, we go get our new spells. We have our Power Word Shield, Shadow Word Pain, Mind Flay, and Mind Blast. So we got that going. So once as we start leveling, we will get more. Ooh, pants. Gotta love those pants. They haven't collected the appearance, huh? Okay. Put those on. Dagger, not as good as that. Stuck on it. But yeah, it's... But as I said, Miss Punter, I think, at least at the end of it, had the best item raid difficulty tiers, in which you had, like, looking for raid, and we had, you know, I'm just looking at had looking for raid, they had flex, and they had normal, and they had heroic. Oh no, yeah, they had those four. Oh, which one was it that had the... No, I think that's even one that started out getting like the 4 different difficulties, which turned into what we have nowadays of 4 different difficulties. So they have to make gear levels according to the 4 different difficulties. And I think that's one of the things that messed it up, is we should have just have the looking for raid for those that don't have a steady group or guild to go with and they just want to hop on and do a quick raid. We have normal, which will flex based on how many people you have in the raid, minimum 10 of course. Then we have heroic. Don't worry, Zentaji is not in any trouble. He just be studying what happens when the river overflows. You see the big tall birds that stand on the riverbank? Zentaji thinks they're in trouble. The earthquake and flood pushed the plane striders over to this side of the water, but they can't fly back and they're too scared to swim. They'll die if they stay here. Tendaji doesn't like violence, but maybe you can attack them and scare them over the other side, yes? So I gotta attack 3 plane striders until they flee towards the barrier. I don't see why I have to attack them. It's not fun. But yeah, okay, so... And yeah, you have the normal mode, which will flex based on how many people you have. And if you want to be casual, you can do that. And then you set heroic to be the one that stays about the same. That only gives you roughly 3 tiers of content to have to deal with instead of 4. Or they just lessen the item level difference between them. Maybe set it to 5 per difference. And of course you make the 5 item level difference important enough for that to work. Which I guess balance-wise might be a bit of a stretch. You know, and it kind of adds up to where you get the idea between them being from leveling from the previous content to starting the first raid, you get about 30 tops item level difference. That way, A, you can feel your hard-earned epics will stand out, and 2, you can get off of here. And 2, you don't have the item level inflation like they had, because especially with the incurrence of Titan forged armor going up to the max. I love the little animals, man. I love the big ones too. I just hate to see you hurt them like that, but it's for the best. Many creatures died when the water came rushing into the valley. The raptors, however, thrived. They're clever predators, and they've been living off misfortune of the other creatures. One of the raptors is particularly cruel. He's killing the little animals and letting them not rot in the water without even eating them. He goes by the name of Scream Slash, and if we're not careful, he could seriously disrupt the balance of nature. Travel north, slay him, and give his body back to nature.
Later.
Alrighty then. That's not north, that's south. We shall make him go back to nature, like nature wants. But yeah, yeah, what was my chair thought? Yes. So, to make those 30 item levels different mean anything, of course it goes with the stat squish, at which point you set it to like every point does matter, and yeah, you make every point stat point matter for you, meaning, you know, for every, you know, you get 5 item levels, well, that 5 item level will give you 3, 4 in a stat, and those stat points matter, and you won't. And then, of course, you also do have the point which you don't get too much stat squish needed, because that is another one of those pain in the butts. Is that stat squish there, which is from the inflation of damage, and because, and I think it's the correlation of item level and stat gain, because there's like a budget they have on items, so they're gonna have a particular amount of stats gain. Just gotta lower that budget. So instead of going up 15 item levels, getting 150 points, you're only going up 5, getting about, you know, 5 or something like that. Make item level and stats equal. That works too. But what about Warforged and Titanforged? Well, they kind of work along the same lines. You could potentially get a Warforged item, which will be, of course, you know, the higher item level item, and you have Titanforged, which is double that increase, i.e., say you get a piece that is normally 100, item level 100 that drops. Well, you put Warforged on it, you get 100, item level 105 for that particular content. And then you have Titanforged, which puts at most 10. So you'll have 110. That may cover you up till, you know, the mythic or higher difficulty item, but
what you want?
The chances of that are an issue. Something happened to Scream Slash when the cataclysm hit. Zentahi thinks. He wasn't always so violent and irrational. Thank you for your help, Urtrazdor. Zentahi gonna get back to his studying now.
See ya later.
Of course, again, that might be a little different than just standard base item stuff. However, yeah, I'm just kind of thinking how that works then. So, now we got a bit of a run-in to do. I'll go out swimming. Where is it? Get that installed. But if they're not going to do that, you know, you could always continue with the 15 thing. And I think the best thing, though, if you want to fix Warforged and Titanforged, is to reduce the amount you actually get from it. Like Warforged, well, the way it works is Warforged is like a base 10 on top of the item level, where Titanforged, you can go all the way up to, at least under current terms, 5 below the max legendary level. And I'm thinking that if you were to set it up to that Titanforge only goes up like a minimum amount, like say 20 at most, it could work a whole lot better, and that way those that don't get it won't feel like they're being so hindered by luck. And then, of course, set up a way to get currency. One second. Today marks the anniversary of my son Kron's passing, As long as I refuse to admit it, I recognize now. Kron is not returning from his crocodile hunk. Ugh. I've been working on a project, something that will memorialize Kron's passion for the hunt. It's a crocodile tooth necklace, rows and rows of teeth, suitable to be worn by only the bravest young orc. I will place it on his grave. Kron was brave, but he was not strong like you. Will you bring me the teeth for my necklace?
Yes,
I shall, pretty lady. Some space meetings. And, so yeah, set it up to where it's only like, set up a way to make currency that you can use on items that aren't Warforged or Titanforged. That way, if you really do have the negative side of the RNG, like I am currently having with my mage, yeah, I got myself a pretty awesomely high item trinket. But until I can get the trinket I want, even coming close to its item level, I am not going to be able to get it replaced. Because it's a really annoying trinket. It's one that requires you to face your target. So, yeah, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, set it up to where you have a currency to do it, whether it be a special item that bosses can drop a certain amount of every time you clear it, or you get honors from someone for clearing bosses, and you can probably get one item upgraded every night or something like that, or every couple clear throughs you can get an item upgraded. That way, if you're doing it constantly, and with the Titanforge item level lowered, it won't be quite the grind and the duration you are in that instance. Both, you have the chance of it dropping to the item level you want, and two, it will only, you could actually increase it to that point by the time the tier is over and you're going on to the next bit of content. And it also will help any other struggling raiders too, because they can secondarily increase the level of their items. Where's some more crocodile successes? Gotta make some speeds. Unfortunately, let's get review. This one I didn't need to. Oh, I should install again. And so, yeah, that'll help take care of that. Which, if we count the amount of items we can upgrade, being, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 items. 14 times 20, 280. Oh, that's, no, it's 14 times 4, roughly. You have to do it 4 times each. That would be about 60, 44 plus something, about 56. 56 weeks to upgrade everything. And it can be lessened by RNG, which is nice. So yeah, I think that would be probably be about right. So it's not like too much wait. It's like 14 weeks. And you can save up the currency too. So say you go through the raid 1 week, you don't get any items for whatever reason. The currency you have that week will stack so that when you do get an item, you can instantly warforge it. Or something. And because the content will probably be about 15 weeks, or 56 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. 6 months in between content. Which is multiply 30 by 6, you get 180. Divide that by 56. Or divide that by 4, which would be, or you get about 20 weeks in between everything. No, it's not 20 weeks. Can't be right. Yeah, 6 times... 6 times 4. Well, how many days? I need no weeks. Okay, 6 months, 6 times 4 equals 24. No, I mean, when the new stuff comes out, you won't be necessarily focused on upgrading the items you currently have.
What can I do for you?
Kron will be remembered. Thank you, Troll. I will get to work on the necklace right away. Before Kron died, he had made this for him to wear. Or I had made this for him to wear. I have no use for it now, but perhaps you might. Ooh, a hand-woven vest.
For the Horde.
Bad. Let's switch these two around. Stupid thing. But, again, by the time the next bit of content comes out, you wouldn't need to worry about trying to make sure everything is at max level. And if you do, that's up to you. And the final tier actually will give you enough time to upgrade your stuff to the max possible level you can get it. And it still keeps the difference between the big raiders and the not so big raiders, because there's a max level at which they can put it to. So the max raiders will always be the 30 difference between them and normal. 15 difference between them and heroic. But you can still feel like you're increasing your item level, and if your guild ever gets stuck on like a boss, it'll help because now you can because now you can increase your item level and your chances of being able to overpower it. So, yeah, we have about that point with that. And then it's not just down to luck and what you can get. Now you can feel like you are still growing, even though you're repeating the content, because you're getting the ability to increase the items.
What do you need?
I used to trick you. I used that trick you taught me with the spyglass, and I watched you running around down there. Quite impressive. How'd you make the old woman fly, by the way? Okay.
For the Horde.
Ooh, level 11. A little bit there. Do a little quick message thing here. So, I go near Orgrimmar now. Oh no, there's a quest down here. Yay! And it would be about that. It's just a standard minimal item level increase. And again, everyone gets to feel like they're increasing their capabilities because they're still getting item level upgrades.
Speak, friend.
Yeah, oops, shit. Something. Listen, my good friend Cargal needs some new recruits for Baron's duty. I know you want to do what's right for the Horde. Well, this is your chance. Take this recruitment letter to Cargal and see if he'll sign it.
Strength.
That's sending me to the Barons. I don't want to go to the Barons. I'm trying to complete Durotar. Excuse me a second. Bless me. No idea where that came from. No idea. But, let's see, again, it brings up to the point that I think I've already said all I could say about that, actually. I got that off my chest. Whew. But I think that's one of the major issues with the whole scaling issue is just too much gain and stuff. Like, I think they should, as I said, they should just minimize it to, at most, probably 150 item levels between the final tiers of each expansion. To minimize the need for any... To minimize the need for any squishes from here on out, and hopefully everything remains kind of properly balanced. Another idea could also be that... Oh, no, get away from me. That's quite the berry. Almost an entire health bar. Like, another idea for it could be... Well, it's that, because hopefully they'll keep everything proper. I'm just re-saying what I'm saying over and over again, because I've just lost my train of thought for a second. Which does not help. What do I have left to say now? My things would work properly, but it won't. Get away from me, get off of me. I want to deal with you guys right now. You're a pain in my buttocks. But yes, back to the stats quick, actually. I think it's a little bit small. Major number decrease. Something I'd expect at, like, easily as low as, you know, like level 60 tops for that kind of numbers. Which is no big deal for me. Quest. Must go for it. As the raptor keeps following. There he goes.
What's up?
Try to ignore the firm, feathery behinds of the harpies. The creatures are really quite deadly. I'm Rezlak, one of the Gazdo's boys. Boss sent me to help the orcs here in Durotar. Things been going good except for the caravans. Can't manage to keep them safe. Makes my job a little harder, you know? The last shipment, which they promised would get through, was snatched by Dustwind harpies of... Where was it? Razorwind Canyon? I gotta have these supplies. I followed the big canyon to the south. You'll find the ravine cut right in the west and east sides of the wall.
Keep it real.
Damn it, sorry.
Gazdo told me once, Rezlak, there's one thing you need to know in life, and that's if you want something done well, do it yourself. I can't deal with losing all our caravans, so I'm just going to take matters into my own hands. Harpies plague our supply routes. If we kill them harpies, the caravans are safe. Of course, there was other thing that Gazdo taught me, and that's you can get anything done for a price. You in, Urtrazor? Good. I recommend starting in the canyon to the east.
Be good.
Alrighty, let's go kill some harpies. Probably give him a good spanking, maybe. And a tickle. With a feather. On our way to the harpies to the east. Must have to go all the way that way. Oh no, okay, looks like there is a little bit of an opening for me, which is going to be nice. But yeah, I think, like I said, the damage numbers look a little small currently. But again, everything is, of course, subject to change because it is only in the alpha. But from what I saw, I mean, I have no problem with it. I just don't see the numbers being that small. As yeah, I think at this point you probably need bigger numbers, but not as high as we are now. If that makes any sense whatsoever. So, 2 harpies dead. Suffer the wrath of me. I'm gonna untrack that because it's just a little bit annoying in the way. Ooh, a stolen supplies pack. Read those. Pain! I shall bring the pain. I shall blast their minds and flay them. I just realized everything my troll is doing to these things, if you take the word mind out of it, like mind flay, mind blast, and like shadow word, you've got pain, flaying, and blasting on harpies. And they say WoW is for teens only. But, damn it, woman, stop that. Stop it. There's no hit backsies. I'd say, actually, you know, I think the best damage numbers, I think, would be best. Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. Damage numbers. The way stats should manifest after each tier, your DPS should go up about, I think, probably around like 10%, maybe 20% between expansions. Like your final tier of the last tier, you're doing like 20,000, and now the beginning tier of the current thing, you only go up by about 10-20% from the previous one. And in between the tiers, as you're getting levels, you get at most probably about a 10% difference between each. So like you have, I mean, and again, the percentages are all based on like numbers. And if you're not doing those particular numbers, you're probably not getting things. Ah, there's one. I mean, yeah, it's percentages are all. But again, that's like a roundabout number. You're not going to get like perfect with everything. I think that would be a good roundabout number would be there. And so it's like at most you'd probably go from one expansion to another, finishing it at about, say, you know, going from like 20,000 per DPS to at most like 40 or 35,000 tops as far as DPS. That way everything kind of also remains small, and you don't end up with the problems we were having between Miss Pandaria and Legion, in which you'd end up at the end of the expansion of one being in the hundreds of thousands, or going from like 50 to 300,000 by the end of Miss Pandaria. Did I miss one? Did I? Yes, I did. Okay. I am leveling a Shadow Priest. Yeah, it was kind of picked out for me. I let the people that actually saw it first pick out what I was going to play. So, Oh, yeah, sure. Whatever. Just because warlocks have fire. I mean, if you think about it, summoning succubuses is ew. What do you think they're doing with them? Believe me, I have RP based around that. I love you too, cuz. Yeah, I do have a warlock, though, that I probably should be leveling and getting up there so that I can actually... Oops. Did I miss a bit of chunk there?
I am great what I do, don't get me wrong, but this is ridiculous. I'm supposed to do, but build sandcastles? Hey, now isn't that just the thing? You got our supplies back for us. That's great. I'll be able to get back to the work just as soon as I can find someone to haul these sacks for me.
Have a good one.
I think I can breathe easy now, knowing the harpies won't be bothering our supply caravans anymore. And that's not one moment too soon either. I hear I'm being sent from fun little toys with the next shipment. You're pretty good at what you do, Urtrazazdor. Whatever. You ought to track down my boss in Ratchet. I'll bet he can find some work for you. Oh, and don't worry. I wouldn't forget to pay you for the service you provided me.
I get to pick between a bow and a staff.
Be good.
Then yeah, your succubus may be sexy, but mine is sexier. I gotta rename mine too. Looking like an odd, obscure name. I gotta be able to figure out how to show this chat in the window eventually. I wonder. That'll be interesting to figure out how to do that. Probably next week. Probably by the time of next week I'll be able to do it. But yeah, that way we don't have like the going from, you know, like at the beginning of Legion where everyone was doing at like most about 100,000 to doing about 2 million. So like a 200% increase on numbers. Bit high. But yeah. Something about lower level zones, which is so spread out.
Blood and thunder.
Loktar Ogar, soldier. You're the one who handled the burning blade to the south? I've got ears in all kinds of places, boy, and word travels fast. The flood to the southwest wiped out one of the few burning blade camps that still pockmarked Durotar. This one was led by a goblin named Fizzle Darkclaw, and believe me, we're better off without him. Darkclaw, however, did possess an orb that the Horde is interested in procuring. Who knows why? I'll leave that to the warlocks. All I know is that I need that orb. Ooh, gloves. What do they look like? Oh. Ew.
Dabu.
Thunder down under. Our army needs water, and luckily the elements gave us plenty of that when the cataclysm hit. The water that filled up the canyon to the southwest should do the trick. Unfortunately, the corpses of thunder lizards still sit at the bottom of the canyon, and their electrical discharges are a bit too dangerous. I've got grunts that can lift them out of the water, but we need someone agile enough to attach the other end to the rope. Are you my man, Urtrazazdor?
Go with honor.
Honestly, eventually one of these times I'm probably going to be able to say that right. Let's see. Boop. My associate here has some plans for you that I don't agree with. His actions are hasty, uncontrolled, and irresponsible, and you may end up paying for them with your life. Before you work for Gore, first listen to the tale that I have to tell. It's a moralistic story, a fable, but I believe its lesson will prove valuable. Speak to me when you are ready. I think I shall. Can you tell me the fable, Shin?
Strength.
One day, the wolf was very hungry, so he ran east to look for some food. So I'll be following the directions of the wolf then. Last time I did this, I dash, but I'm curious. Would it still say it even if I don't use dash? Or at least once, maybe. I'll do it once. The wolf had grown tired of eating boar meat. Of course, it might have to be needed to progress the story. We'll see. I want boar meat. Let me have boar meat. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Ow. Fine, don't kill it. I wonder. Oh, I can't get hit or attack anything here. He happened upon a pair of battling kodos. Clever as he was, the wolf decided to wait for one to defeat the other. When the weaker kodo died, the wolf approached and tried to eat it. The remaining kodo, angry at the wolf's impetuousness, swiftly killed the wolf before he had a chance to eat. Oh, poor wolf. He just got squished.
Makra!
The moral of the story. Hasty, lazy actions have ruinous results. We mustn't take shortcuts. We must work for our rewards. I've been trying to tell this story to the Enforcer, but I fear his Hellscream worshipping skull is a little bit too thick.
Farewell! What do you need?
Ignore the shaman, soldier. Certain powers that we within the Horde demand that I keep him with me. But I assure you that thrall-loving farseer truly sees no further than the borders of his hut. Elementals war against one another to the west of here. I normally wouldn't mind, but I need that land clear to secure a border shipping route to and from the Barrens. The Elementals are normally quite strong, but they are weakened by their attacks against one another. Use this knowledge to destroy them.
For the Horde!
Alright then, I'll destroy some Elementals. Get myself wet. Deal with some hardness. Hopefully by the end of it, I'm not burning. I am not apologizing for that joke. Oh, I can't destroy them all. I only need 12. Yes, they are. Unless you're a shaman, at which point it pains you to do this. Nope. Dot. Dot. I'm gonna wonder. I'll just go around dotting things. How well will it count? How easy will it be? I want you two over here with me. Wow. That I did. And I only got 8. It was still fun though. I get some more. I don't think I have heals, do I? Oh, I do have flash heal still. I'm gonna... Oh, you did, huh? How good is it? Oh yeah, sounds lovely.
Don't have a target.
Eventually I'll get you on BattleNet and we'll brag about our computer specs. How's that sound? Now I get those thunder lizards cleared out. I'll just ignore you. Yeah, but I don't want to bore the stream with constant back chatting at the moment. I don't ignore you that often. A lot of times it's generally just a matter of me remembering that to check the name of the whisper, as I've usually got a few people that and I'm going to do a quick thing with see if I can send this thing a link here. So I also got to help my sister get onto the app and find me. I found me just fine. Yes, my sister says hi. Let's see. I gotta be able to message people eventually. It's more down than Thunder Lizards. And eventually I'll be able to get, yeah. So, as you just watched me do, quickly, I had to pry the orb out of those cold, dead hands, which people usually tell you have to do. So I guess I was just prepared and ready for it. Yeah. I'll close that out. I'll help my sister later. More Thunder Lizards. Must get more Thunder Lizards. I remember when we had this quest before the Cataclysm, you'd have to actually shock the Thunder Lizards, or a fish, whatever fish it was, I don't remember what it was. But yeah, there was an item that you had to shock these things with. And apparently, funny enough, is it did a, there was a bug with it in which if you set it onto like your mouse wheel and you scroll up really fast using it, you would beat the cooldown it normally would have, and you'd cast it like many times in a row. And it wouldn't affect you at all, because why would it affect you? In fact, it crashed other people. Which I'd say is quite hilarious. Unfortunately, I fixed it so I can't try it. But, fun times. Think. But other than that, there's been a few quests out here that were kind of fun before, then they stopped it. Luckily, we're not in the Barrens quite yet, where we have to find Mankirk's wife. For all those that understand the joke. Oh. Some people having issues. I feel bad for them. I do. Eventually have everything working properly. Yeah. I really want to play with my Slinky right now. Give my hands something to do. Moseying on our way in. Loktar Ogar, soldier. Run into any trouble on the way? I asked for an orb, and you bring me half the goblin's arm with you. I like the way you work. Odd. Tell you what. You've already given me a hand. Ha 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 ha. Allow me to return the favor. After I pry the gloves off his cold, dead hand. One of our more useful shaman, Margaz, knows more of the Burning Blade's corruption. He speaks of a cave called Skull Rock in the mountains just outside Orgrimmar that shelters a large band of Burning Blade cultists. Before you go to Skull Rock, speak with Margaz. He is wise and his counsel is valued. He is camped to the southeast between the coast and Dry Gulch Ravine. Follow his advice, but whatever Margaz says, Urtrazaraz's door, I still want you to crush those cultists.
Go forth to victory.
Alright, what else do we have? The electricity was only one of the dangers. If those carcasses rot too long under the water, that entire source becomes undrinkable. And that wasn't a thought beforehand? Well done, priest.
Straight.
See, the shaman's tales are nothing but that. Ding! A youngling's bedtime stories the new horde takes from what it wants and doesn't waste time with such frivolity. If you get a chance, I recommend you tell Shin and those like him not to waste any more of our time. It looks like your services are being requested elsewhere. Agtor Bloodfist is looking for recruits to assist the Horde's ventures in Azshara north of Orgrimmar. I'm sure you'll still have work to do here in Durotar, and I understand that they'll shortly be asking for your help in the Barrens. I wouldn't be going anywhere yet if I were you, but if you're itching for some manifest destiny, Azshara awaits.
Go with honor.
Alrighty, so it looks like we've got a bit more right there. So, luckily, we still have content to cover this today, but it looks like we might be getting to our point. Oh, I got shadow form. Time to go, darkness. Scrolling, scroll in, turn around. Let us dance our way to glory as we shadow form. I need to make that darker. I'll probably have, that's right, I can't. Rules dictate I can't do it. Damn it. Oh, wait. If I have enough in the auction house, I could probably do it. What do you mean, bleh? Oh, yeah. I was just testing out something on my phone with that at the same time. See if I can help get my sister online so she can chat with us all. We can talk to the undead who rolled a blood elf. That I'm now stuck with, by the way. Oh, good. She's here with us. Welcome, my sister. Now we've got some chat going on, which is great. I can no longer have to start... I can stop having to talk to myself so much. Actually, she's more Midwest. Or mid. I think. I may be wrong.
You, troll, stop a minute. My boss, Spiketooth, sent me to look for help and supplies. You don't appear to be a merchant, but you can probably still help him out. He's just to be southeast of here, next to the crashed cart. Oh, and tell him I sent you. I want to make sure that he knows I'm not just slacking off over here.
That's beside the point.
May your blades never
You could
go.
always change it later on, trust me. That's what I had to do. Unfortunately, I got to change mine again, and then after the next 2 months, so I can actually have capital letters, because it bugs me. And it's all... I have capital... lowercase, where I need capital.
Welcome, Urtrazura's door. Word reached me of your coming, and of your exploits in Durotar. You are a priest of growing skill and renown. Stay on the pure path, and your future will be great indeed. Urtrazura's door.
Ah, I got it.
The burning blade has infested the cave east of Orgrimmar, known as Skull Rock. Inside that cave they perform vile rituals and burn their own flesh with searing collars. By wearing these collars, I believe the cultists attune themselves to demonic power. But to confirm this, I must have a collection of the collars to study. Go to Skull Rock and gather searing collars from the cultists you find there. Bring them to me, and I will uncover their secrets.
Go forth to victory.
Ow. Eventually, that will not hurt me. I can't wait for that day. Mind the noise. I'm just getting something to water my throat. So that way I can actually talk like that more. Alright. See what Spike2 says.
Zug zug.
Vaknog sent you without telling you that I need wagon wheels, nails, and rations? That idiot. Blast these rocky Durotar roads. I've got places to be, and this isn't one of them.
Gislania. I guess this time I could probably start reading the quest names too. It might be a little more there. Yes, of course it's Mountain Dew. What else would it be? Gatorade?
I owe you a couple gladiators I put into competitions around Kalimdor. You can see most of them chained up around here. We were lucky to rein these ones in after the cart broke down. Gislania, that Naga over there.
Ha, such a Naga.
She's lost her last 3 fights. She could use a tune-up, or maybe just a little bit of thrashing. Go, challenge her. I'll bet even you are stronger than she is.
For the
I
horde.
have to beat some fish.
Griswold, chained up over there on the cliffs, is my newest gladiator. We found him just south of here, sniffing around with Northwatch soldiers. I had my men nab him up, and now he works for me. He looks tough enough, but he hasn't really been battle-tested yet. Go pick a fight with him so I can see if he's worth keeping around.
Victory.
And Gower Icehorn. Sounds frosty.
I wouldn't normally keep a Tonka as a captive, due to their close relationship with the Horde, but this one's a traitor, a criminal to boot. Exiled by his own tribe, he canoed down to Azshara and has found stealing supplies from Valmok. He would have been put to the axe had I not been standing by, wallet in hand. Gower is my winningest gladiator priest. I bet you 10 silver that you can't beat him.
For the horde.
So it goes to show you can be saved from death if you have a big enough wallet. I wonder how far they can move, considering they're chained up. Yep. It's one of those stretchy chains. And it's going to take a while here when you're stuck here flaying and mind blasting. He grew on me. And I defeated him like a boss. now for the Naga. And Blast, Pain, Flame. Actually kind of makes sense now with the spell name, take mind out of it, since they are gladiators and kind of slaves. I get to flay them. And with the mispronunciation, it's filleting a fish. And get myself back up. Finish off the final one, teach him a lesson for... I see why he is with them. He is a... oh, I love how Mind Flay works. They can never get behind me with it. Always facing them. Which is why I say Shadow Priest probably have the best advantage with the trinket I was speaking of earlier. For the fact that... Actually, I want to see what they say.
What can I do for you?
Rawr, what's the matter? Oh.
I got a
What's the matter, chum? Never seen a Worgen before. I'm here to challenge you in combat.
Good day.
Oh, crap. Okay, that just did not what I wanted not to do. I just attacked him. So I kind of broke chain the way it works. Ah, but that's who I make most of my puns for. Ah, poor guy. Let's see.
What do you want, troll?
That's my Naga voice, and I'm sticking to it. It should be a Tauren voice. Probably nice low. Probably get close.
Do I frighten you, troll?
Yes, that's how I do it. Okay. Wait. What's boring?
Strength and honor.
I watched you fight out there. How long you been a priest? You alright, kid?
Taboo.
I'm at a crossroads now, Urtrazra's door. You defeated him easily in combat, but then again, I did get him for free, and he's pretty cheap to feed. Maybe we'll keep him around for a bit.
Victory.
Fine, here's the money. But you'd better make yourself scarce before I reconsider my policy on keeping horde slaves.
Strength.
I made him butthurt. Well, let's go deal with the cultists in the Skull Rock. Do you know why they're called Skull Rock? Because it's a rock in the shape of skulls. Duh. What, are you expecting it to be a rock made of skulls? That's probably like half the land here. At level 12. We're almost to level 13 too, which is nice. Though I think maybe... I wonder if after we're done with Durotar... Kind of see the item level, level 4. Oh, that's up to 20. So I don't think we're going to get to 20 by the time we're done here. However... I also do believe we'll probably have time for a dungeon by the time I'm done, maybe. I guess it depends on how long it takes me to get between places. But of course I can't queue until I'm level 15. Damn it. So, I'll probably have to fill in a bit of time with some other things. Some other kind of content. Not sure what, though. I honestly do not want to start a new zone until we had a chance to fully pick it out and flesh out where we're going to go. That is part of the joy of this little game thing here. Yeah, unlocking them or just playing as one? But I did make myself a void elf. Made her pretty sexy. I need more, where is the opening to the cave? There it is. Yeah, you're exalted with the air. I wonder... Oh, this is probably where I can get turned into that demon again. Yes! I can turn into a demon again. I am so happy. Hurry up and die. I want your blood. I'm a vampire. Out of sight. My blast, pain, flay. And they go bye-bye. Like the NPC fodder they are. And this should be when I turn into one. I thought. Guess not. This is the 5th one I do. Yeah. You gotta. Damn it. Okay. You there. You there. Get off that. Oh, they don't dance. Can they wave? Can they kiss? They cannot. I wonder. Flash mount special? Ah, not even a mount special. Poodoo. But you can watch it. Here, go back. Five collars. I guess I didn't loot. Oops. Call me a scrub. I think at this point I might do one minor. Oh no! No, I lost it! Damn it! I played around with it too much. I'll do one minor little thing because I can. Play box. Don't tell anyone. I'm doing this. But it'll give a show at least when I'm done. That's for sure. Dum-de-dum-dum. One more, and I'm a demon. Wow, I was that close and didn't aggro them. I guess that works. Demon fight. I'm gonna lose my demon form in 48 seconds. Or am I? Is that chest not interactable? Guess not. And 3, 2, 1. I can turn this off. And I'm still a demon for the next 10 minutes. You are welcome. Hey, you know what? The Dogma quote works perfectly well. Okay? Especially when you first transform. Which, by the way, actually, yes. I am going to make that, if I can still transform to a demon, in my Warlock. No! I could probably do it with my Demon Hunter. is set that as a macro when I do it. And it screams that. And some holy paladin will come by with something blessed by a fucking priest and kill me. They need golf clubs in the game. Would be funny. Going around smacking demons with a golf club as a priest. We'll make it a mace, one-handed mace. I always think of so many funny things you could actually do in the game. Though, by the way, in one of the zones, while leveling, if you do pick there, I think it's Arathi Highlands. Let me double check. Yes. No? Yes? No. Hillsbrad Foothills. If we choose that zone for me to go to, when I am at least level 15, which either A is at the end of this, or B is later on, I actually get to bash people over the head with a shovel. So if you want to watch that, I'm going to need that zone picked when I have the chance to go there. Or pick it next. I don't care. It's orange to me. I'll do the harder content.
Durotar.
Have you yet entered Skull Rock, Urtra's door? Do you have the searing collars? Oops, not right voice. Good. Hide within these collars is a secret behind the burning blade, and I will uncover that secret. Excuse me. Level 13. My favorite. Oh, no, don't you. Please excuse the quick break in the game. Technical issues. The searing collars you brought me are a powerful demonic elements. Divining their origin is, I'm afraid, beyond my skills as a shaman. We will need a warlock to study them. Take a searing collar to Arnok Fireblade. Although he is a skilled warlock, he professes to use his powers to thwart demons, and claims his research in the occult is benign. Be that true or false, we may need his aid against the demonic cult in Durotar. You may find Arnok in Orgrimmar on the Cleft of Shadow.
Be safe.
Alright, we are going to Orgrimmar. Oh, man. I need to have played a goblin. Because I could then say, I'm taking the goblin to Orgrimmar. Inside joke for anyone watching. Yeah. Which, unfortunately, the person that would get the best laugh out of that, unfortunately, isn't able to watch us at the moment, which does suck. But he is missed. Though, actually, technically, if you do play the Goblin starting zone, Thrall does take the goblins to Orgrimmar. I just realized this. Well, not really realized this, just thought of that. It's like, yeah. I am going to make that music video eventually. I will. I just gotta get the voice to say the words, get the words down, get the song sung, take the music, do that, and then get the video recordings to do it. You have something to look forward to. Yeah. So you guys have something to look forward to. An extra bit of content from me. Just a messing around kind of content. A music video. Random one of nothing. No substance whatsoever. Alright. Nothing yet from anyone else. Oh, I got mind vision, which means I now can see through the eyes of my target for 1 minute. And it will not work on a target is another instance or on another continent. Which then makes me wonder, how far will that reach? Oh, unlimited range! Ooh! Well, that's good to know. But yes, unlimited range. I am going to see what someone is seeing in Tanaris. I wonder though. Well, it only works with party, doesn't it? Because I can't target anyone. And so, okay. Da, da, da. Okay, that's where he is. Cleft of Shadow. On my way to the seedy underbelly of Orgrimmar, where all the casters hide out because we have the meat-eating grunts up top, and they scare of us easily. Crap, lost the tune. But yes, I wonder, can I? Please say I can. Please say I can. Don't be mean. Oh, I'll figure out later. I don't want to keep running around. Let me get to the guy. Because there is a very nice, pretty... Oh, really? Like which enemy?
Blood and thunder.
Most humbling greetings, priest. How might I help my troll brother today? Ah, where did it get this? Good Margoth sent you to me, did he? Well, let me take a closer look. Since the last great war, when the Burning Legion was defeated, I have searched for sources of demonic corruption in Orc society. This collar you bring me confirms my fears. It belongs to the Burning Blade. Your role in this tale is nearly complete, Urtrazdor. Go to Farwatch Post on the border of the Barrens to the west, and speak with my assistant, Akazeloth. Pass on to him this information.
Farewell.
Yes, sir, Mr. Arnak Fireblade, sir. Humanoid. Didn't say anything about humanoid, did it? No.
It's too far away.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Actually, you know, at this point, I can actually look to see if I can do it, because there is a particular mount you get when you unlock the Void Elves called the Star-Cursed Strider. I wonder if I can actually use it on this character. Where is it? Let's see. That doesn't help. Let's see, we've got Varzok to the upper. We'll see what he's got. No, no, no! Oh. Just my luck. Missing the damn elevator by a second. Ugh, let's see. What are they called? No, they're not called Striders. It's like the Blood Elf mount. That's not it. Excuse me. It's probably not showing up because I'm not on the right character. Damn it. Yeah, that's pet battles. Don't need pet battles yet. You talk about the purple bird? Or the green one? I must know. Do they now? I didn't think it looked funny. Oh yeah. I forget exactly how I unlocked it, but I did. So yeah. But yeah, it is a very gorgeous bird. I have it on... I'm using it on my Goblin Warlock that I made to level with a friend. It is their main thing. In fact, actually, you know what? That's what I can do. If we still have time, and I've completed Durotar, we could go to my Nightborn mage, who I can then kind of show off for everyone and play with.
For years, the Barons have been the heart of the Horde presence on Kalimdor, a vital link between the orcs of Durotar and the Tauren settlements in Mulgore. In the chaos of the Cataclysm, floods, earthquakes, and even a Quillbore invasion threatened to separate us from this vital grassland. You look ready for challenge. Report to Cargill Bloodscar at Far Watch, post near to ensure the route to the Barrens remains clear. Head west from nearby Razor Hill and cross the South Fury River to find him.
Alright, sir, I've got you going to me there, which would probably send me to the Barrens, which I don't want to do quite yet. This guy will send me to the Barrens. Nope. That'll send me to Azshara. Nope. So, it looks like I did complete all of Durotar. Achievements probably not show it, though. Let's see. Lore Master. Show all some results. Trainer, Pathfinder, Lore Master. The Lore Master. I am in Kalimdor. Is there like a Durotar one? No, there's not. Okay then. Well, I don't have the ability to say I am done here, but I do believe I am done here. Well, and if you love the Barrens, suggest it next time. Because actually, luckily, the level scaling plays into that benefit. For the fact that I could actually go to the Barrens next, or I can go to it 40 levels from now and it still be relevant. Yeah. That's one of the beauties about this, way this is working, is because now everything is relevant, which gives the ability that y'all can pick where I go. Okay, fine. I'll turn this quest in, but that's it. Okay? That's all you're getting. It's all the Barrens you're getting for now. Until next week. If it's picked. Because I can't queue for dungeon quite yet. I have to be level 15 for that. Poodoo. But hey, guess what? Just goes to show how long it takes to get to a level to queue for dungeons. At least 4.5 hours. Or at least 4 hours. Yeah. Well, yeah, probably about 4 hours. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Ignore the Scorpid. He splooshed all over the ground. So close. Yeah, excuse the noises. This is my foods and drinks so that I don't have to go hungry or thirsty and I can keep myself a with it. Very nice. Did you enjoy the quest chain for it? Or the scenario? Yes and no. The thing about those, I think when it comes to the scenarios being challenging, you like what item level are we going into it with? Yeah, see, you're quite geared in comparison. I can say though, I did take my gnome. It was probably about 870-ish item level, and she did have a decently enough easy time. So I could probably do with a little bit more challenge, but not so much. Especially since, if you do a comparison to the two, you can basically get the Nightborn and the Tauren. I talk about the Ghostlands. If you're talking about Silvermoon and that area, that maxes out at level 20, so it's going to be kind of pointless. I'm only here to turn in quests.
Strength and honor.
The heft of an axe, the battle cry of your allies, the spray of blood in your face. These are things a warrior craves. Urtraz Razdor. I will carve out the barons with my sword in the name of the Horde. I need to... That sounds like an awesome song. For that one song. Things I let... Ugh. Just think of my favorite things. What do you want, pup? If you're not here for recruitment, I don't have time for you. Oh, so Tarkrin sent you. Cargill warily eyes your recruitment letter and shoves it unceremoniously into his vest. Dick. I'll sign this when you've earned it. I've got reports from down south that this whole continent is being torn apart. Meanwhile, we've got supply caravans backed up the river and outposts under siege from here to Stone Talon. You want to prove your worth to the Horde? Start by proving it here. Stupid things. Fresh recruitment for Orgrimmar, hey? Cargill sizes you up. I'll take what I can get. Keeping the roads open has been a nightmare. And we'll get this one here. This is not news to me. While I appreciate your efforts, the Burning Blade will have to wait. We have other matters for which we must attend.
Strength.
Excuse me. Wow. Look at that. Still got a bit of time left, but we're not going anywhere quite yet. So at this point, I think I'm going to... I should set that to... It's a tugboat! Who is saying that and why? Is that what I think it is, or is that just a random occurrence? Oops. That was interesting. Space goats do have nice butts, but their kids are even better. Yeah. Hey, you bring me the puns, I give them to you. Well, the kids are just so adorable, you know? You just want to fry them up and eat them in some corn mall. I think that's what it's called. Oh, AoE now, huh? Well, that's where you kind of have the question of what is considered a child, for that matter. I mean, because you've got the idea behind the fact that to them they're still kids. So it could still technically be pedophilia. But you gotta remember, for us it's like, what, 18, 19, 17, depending on where you live. Depending on what, you know, continent you're on and society and culture you're in. So for them, it could be anyone under 1,000 years old is no go. I will ruin it if I want to. Not if they don't share a species. Which means technically, of course, I mean, yeah, you could think it is cannibalism. But you know what? If it wasn't for cannibalism, I wouldn't enjoy undead. That is one of the greatest abilities in the game. No matter how useless it may be most of the time. Oh, don't be like that. I know, I'm putting logic where logic doesn't belong. So that's what I enjoy. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Say hi to the world.
Hello. Need anything?
I got everything, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes, that is my lovely wife. You are hearing in the background there.
You're amazing.
Well, you are too, Joe. You at least serve me while I'm doing stuff.
Yeah. And also try to keep the kid away, too.
True.
Your nephew.
Everyone in the chat says hi.
Hello.
She's probably quiet. I don't know if the microphone picks her up very well.
How many people are on there talking?
Just two.
Who? Do we know him?
Yes.
Who?
Cousin and sister.
Cousin and sister.
Yeah.
What cousin? I can't read that.
Christina.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I will eat him if he comes into the room.
Chomp chomp.
Alright, where is the... I went right past the local inn. Of course I did.
Sorry, man. I'll let you get back to bed. Love you.
That's fine. At least we're getting some extra fun in on it.
Okay. Love you.
And she will text you. Give it time. Yes. You know what? Look, this is for you, by the way. Get some. I know it has. But are we having like a separate chat in the chat? Oh, okay. I see now. I see the love.
What are you looking for?
Boots. I got me boots. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna delete that. That's worthless.
May your blades never dull. What do you need? Strength.
Let's get this thing set up here. So whenever I'm done with the place, I can just come here and prepare for next week. You can keep it. You don't have to keep it game chat. Sometimes it's fun to watch people bicker in the chat. So let's go to Northern Barren, Silverpine Forest. Oh, that's not actually send me there directly. Okay, so I will leave it here at this because we've got a couple things here. So far we got a couple points of Northern Barrens, Silverpine Forest. I do have a quest to take me up here to Azshara, but I could potentially go to Hillsbrad Foothills if you guys want me to. I can go to Ghostlands. What other places are there for Horde? It's touching me.
I will lick you for that comment, you monster.
Hey.
You know you liked it.
What other places do we have here? Yeah, AshenVale. I'll probably put in the description of the next, when I put the video on YouTube, I'll put the description of all the places I can go, so that you all can take a vote, put comments, and leave it in there.
I
and
vote
be able to
Narnia. I love you.
I'll repeat what I just said. So yes, I'm going to probably leave it in the description, a list of all the zones that I'm pretty sure I can go to and get to no problem. Which I will start the video at, so you guys don't have to see the travel time. And just vote, leave a message, and hell, upvotes count for the messages too, so I'll count those as well. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't know if we have much time. I'll do this. Then at this point, I will switch over to another character real quick. To show you guys things. Bear with me. A little behind the scenes going on.
I'm not giving myself the fries, I'm feeding them to you. Okay?
Fine.
Like I do with your gummy worms. Because I like to spoil you when you're on WoW. You should know this. Because they're cold and I feel bad.
Alright. Time for a little Nightborn action. do I.
Of course, my favorite color is purple, so.
So to give you guys a little bit more time with me, I figured I'd switch over to another one of my characters, my Nightborn Mage, who, incidentally, was created for RP. And so, kind of show off what they have for our stuff and do just random stuff with it. Like picking up feathers for personal use.
Shadow.
And with enough feathers, I am going to peacock.
Yes, be a peacock.
I am out of range.
And once the time rolls around, in fact, actually, this character won't have a fast enough Q. I don't think. Yeah, it's kind of not gonna have enough Q, so I won't be able to give you a dungeon before we go. Just a little bit of a extra playing with another character, leveling. And a zone we might go to, if y'all choose to, Howling Fjord. But yeah, background on this character though. She was built, intended for RP. Unfortunately, I did have to make her a Night Elf to begin with, because that was the only model close enough to the Nightborn model that she is now. But she came about as one of the Withered that my mage, the Frostlord Icyheart,
Shadow's gonna be in here with you, so you might
Okay.
have to let him out.
Frostlord Icyheart, saved by feeding her his mana, and that's how she gets her scrumptious meals of mana, is through him. Sort of like a subservient one. And yes, if y'all want to join for RP, just send me a tell. I'll be happy to. Okay, explain how that makes no sense. Let me see.
I need to target something first.
I mean, it makes perfect sense, though, too. At least in my opinion.
I do not have a target.
See, now, yes, that is true. And until we had that... See, unfortunately, I can't give her, like, the withered appearance, otherwise I could.
I require a target.
And it was! That's why she had to keep feeding from him. Yeah, she had to keep feeding from him so she can stay alive. Just like Thrysia... Yeah, we had to keep feeding her the mana. It's kind of the same. It kind of is the same process. Okay, fine. It might need a little bit of tweaking. I think... Alright, fine. What about what if he found her before she fully went withered? You remember when you fade Theresia the mana, her skin gets a whole lot smoother and cleaner. So it matches actually for all that. Oh well. It's something I guess I'll be working on later. When it comes mostly into play. Fine, maybe I used the wrong term. I apologize. Miss Lore Nut. I'll use that. Would it be easier to say that he found her starving for mana? So now, without his mana, she can't live? And if she goes too long without it, she'll start to wither. That's what I'm missing. Fucking... What am I going for here? Undamaged ram horn? I gotta kill the rams, don't I? That's what I was supposed to do. I know the lore. I played through the lore. I read all the quests. She just hasn't eaten the fruit yet. So, anyway. I guess this is where the time has, unfortunately, becomes up. So I'm gonna end up leaving you all here for now. And hopefully it'll be up on YouTube in the next 24 hours so you guys can pick where next place I'll go. Again, I'll leave the places available / choices in the description so y'all can vote and fight over. And I'll see you guys next week, same time.